As we talked about the Canes and De'Aaron King, there was reported before the game that he was one of the players who had the Rona. They finally came back and played and beat Duke 40-0. And here's De'Aaron King on how happy he was to be back.
Everybody was excited to come out here and play. You know, just having 3 weeks off. Sometimes you can take playing football for granted. You know, I know getting back in the building, it was a different kind of energy. And I think our coaches did a great job all week of just trying to get us prepared, trying to get us ready for a game. And came out here today, and I think we cut it loose. You know, it still made a lot of mistakes that we got to clean up, and we'll fix that tomorrow. But I'm just super proud of the team, super proud of the coach. They did a great job all week, and I'm just excited for the win.
I mean, I don't know what's going to end up happening with him if he's going to end up staying. I'm greedily hoping that he does come back for a more normal season next year. But he is awesome. Like everything that you were hoping to get out of him with this whole transfer thing, he's absolutely delivered on. Even the stuff like, and he's gotten better at stuff over the season. Like he's gotten better at the deep ball. He's gotten better with some of his touch throws. The leadership that he's thrown. They've had games where this team has been so out of whack and nobody's playing with discipline, but De'Aaron King has shown up and gotten you wins on the road. Like he's been awesome for them, and I hope very greedily that he comes back next year. But if he doesn't,
for a ninth year,
yes, I hope he gets his doctorate. I hope he's out there with his stethoscope beating people's ass in the ACC.
But think about this: if you say to yourself, what is his future in the NFL? And he's like, nah, then why not play another year of college?
I don't know. I guess the age thing, right? Like maybe, maybe he thinks he'll catch on with somebody next year, but I don't know.
Or his stock can't get any higher.
Or his stock can't get any higher. Yeah.
His stock could get higher.
The only thing
the height's always going to draw him back.
We won't. But the height thing has been a mold that's starting to get.
Hold on.
It's starting to get broken.
But he don't run like Kyler Murray.
He doesn't run like Kyler Murray, but he runs well. He runs well.
I think another, because of this COVID year, he really hasn't had an opportunity to really have eyes on him. So maybe he could come back for a year and.
Yeah, you want to know why?
What?
That effing ACC network. That's why. Yeah, you have. I swear to God, can you, Leroy? No more Tim Hasselbeck on these games. He stinks. He's so low energy, gives you nothing. The only thing that I like about the ACC games are the infomercials. That's it.
And Mark Richt.
Sometimes. I hit or miss with Mark Richt. But the infomercials, dude, they had this True Butcher knife, Leroy.
The knife's okay.
I got to get this thing. I get the two for $19.99, Leroy. And
$200 value.
If we would have had this for Fruit Ninja, no way we would have broken that car. This
with
thing,
grip.
Oh, the grip
handles,
hot knife through butter, right through a papaya. It was amazing, Leroy. So I got to get me an Irish peeler, and I got to get me a True Butcher knife. They even had these warm socks. I don't need warm socks. We live in Florida, but they look so good, Leroy. They look so good. I love it. The infomercials. The best.
That's the only good thing about
That's what you got from the game this week.
I enjoyed the game, but I'm telling you, they sold me every time. They go to this. I don't know how much this True Butcher knife is thrown in onto the ACC network advertising, because they get the entire commercial break. It's not like,
it does.
30-second ads.
It's 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes of True Butcher knife. And by the end of it.
Where they cook a whole bunch of stuff and they cut through it?
Oh, man.
They can cut through this. They can cut through
papaya, pineapple, cantaloupe, throw it in the air. It's like Salt Bay, but it's Fruit Bay. It's so good, dude. And why does the butcher even need to slice through fruit? I don't know, but it's perfect.
It is hilarious, the fact that I'm on the text on Saturday, and the only replies from the game are, "Ooh, I gotta get me one of these knives."
Yep. It looks so good. Everybody was sold on the True Butcher. And I tweet this out during the game, and everybody's like, I gotta tell you, I'm sold too. Everybody's convinced. This is genius advertising. Like, they're bringing back, the ACC network is bringing back the infomercial.
All right.
It's great. Anyway, what else you got, Robbie?
Well, many are concerned about not only De'Aaron King for next year, but Rhett Lashley, if he's going to take a head coaching job. Well, luckily, one of the vacancies that he would take got filled. The South Carolina hired a head coach, Shane Beamer, Frank's kid, as their new head coach.
Oh, good. Yeah, because he's not going to take that that dirty Vanderbilt job.
No, he can't take the Vanderbilt
Don't
job.
go take that. They're you know, everybody's
Hey.
saying that they're cheap. They don't
Hey.
take it. What?
Hey,
What?
man.
The job's a
If your
job.
dream is to be a head coach,
Vanderbilt?
You can wait for a better job than Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt?
you got it like that.
You're like, Vanderbilt, bro. Like you're gonna. That's like falling for the exotic dancer who's asking you what your name is.
Really?
Yeah,
That's why you're gonna go there?
yeah. Her name was Charlotte. She also happened to be from Deerfield Beach too. I was like, really? How do you sound like Goran Dragic?
Did she say if I'm honest?
She did not, because she duped me that the 2-for-1 was over. She was not honest.
Dude, I get there's not one. I'm like, man, I'm thinking social distancing, huh? Eh,
This was back in the day, Leroy. This was
not
this
now.
this wasn't a recent one.
I hope it wasn't a recent one.
What else you got, Robbie?
Oh, well, unfortunately for the Canes, Clemson and Notre Dame secured their bid in the ACC title game.
You know what?
The rig
Don't
was
even-
in.
don't
Stop.
even-
Hold
don't
on.
even talk about it. You know what?
Before you go there, let me say this. Okay?
Go ahead.
There was nothing that was going to happen to get you in that championship game. You did all you could do. Okay? The only thing you could have did differently was beat Clemson. Don't sit here after the fact and say, "Oh, they tried to get those two in." You had a chance.
But here's the thing. You want to know?
No, there's
No.
no. You didn't beat Clemson. So if Clemson goes, what's the problem? They
Here's
beat you.
Here's my problem. You want to know? It's not the Clemson. Clemson I don't have a problem with. You want to know something?
What?
Clemson could have 2 losses, put them in the ACC championship. That's fine. I don't mind. They deserve
Right.
to be there. They've been kings of the conference. I'm sick to my stomach that we rolled out the red carpet for this effing Fighting Irish. I'm
right.
I'm sick to my
Okay.
stomach by that, Leroy.
Okay.
They waltz in here, and you know what the ACC's done? Nothing but kiss their ass. Oh, welcome to the conference, Notre Dame. What can we get for you? Can I get you some sparkling water? Like, ugh, I hate them so much. And
Okay.
they've treated Notre Dame like gold since they've been here. Just please stay, please. We want your
but
NBC
wait,
money, please.
Regardless of how you treat somebody, how much of a red carpet you roll out, on Saturdays, you can't do nothing for them. So I don't like Notre Dame either.
Ugh.
They won all their games, and they beat a school that you didn't.
Play the Canes.
Well, you know who they didn't
But
beat?
they beat
Miami.
the school that you beat. Who
Play-
cares?
They didn't get to fight him at full strength. I don't care how many yards that backup QB had.
Okay, here
They
we
didn't-
go.
They didn't get to take on the
So-
golden-haired wonder.
Let me ask you a question, and I'm gonna just throw this out there.
Yeah, it's not Tuesday.
Well, I'm throwing it out there now because I might not remember tomorrow to ask you. You're saying that you want Notre Dame
Yep.
Yes.
now, and based on how you played Clemson,
Yep.
you think that game's going to be any different?
Leroy,
We play it out on the field, Leroy.
Play it on the
They
field.
did.
Let's
They
not. We
did.
haven't played Notre Dame.
No. So you're saying that it's not legit because you didn't play Notre Dame?
It's not that.
But
it's
you
not,
played Clemson.
Here's the thing.
Everybody doesn't always play everybody
It's not
in
that
any conference.
It's not that it's not legit. It makes me uncomfortable that the ACC rolled over like a dog, just letting the Irish rub their belly, and they peed all over themselves. When the Canes, the Canes at one point were supposed to be the team in the ACC that was supposed to bring some honor to the ACC. Some classing it up a little bit as some, bumpkin little basketball conference. And they haven't done squad douche compared to what they've done for the Irish this year. Oh, what's that, Irish? You don't have to play the rest of your other games? That's okay. You get to go to the ACC championship anyway. The Canes would have played them on the field, Leroy, because you know what? Notre Dame doesn't have the DF that Clemson has, which is the daddy factor. All right, Clemson's been our daddy for a long time. Notre Dame, though, we're the daddies in that situation.
All right.
Play it on the field.
All right.
Leroy,
Like,
you're-
so now you want to make schedule. Stop.
You're the
All
only-
right, let's just move on. This is ridiculous conversation.
Well, but Leroy, you're the one that always says like if as a player, as a competitor, you always want to get that chance. Like if you want to play, like if you want to play in the Super Bowl,
sure you do. But here, what you're doing is making up a chance. You had a chance. You knew what your schedule was. Okay, and you had a chance against one of the teams in the conference. You don't get a chance at both of them all the time in any conference.
who
Why
else is
all of
making
a
up-
sudden you want to fix the schedule so you get a chance? It's just your way. It's just your way of not accepting the fact that, hey, if we wanted to be in this game, we had to beat Clemson.
No, it's not that.
It is.
First of all, they made up the chance.
Yeah,
because
they made up the
weren't-
schedule.
They weren't in the conference. They were just like, come to the conference, Notre Dame. Like they came hat in hand. You know, what they did was they suckered us. They won't. Oh, please, we need a place to play our football.
It's actually Clemson's fault. Because if
For not beating
Clemson would
Notre
have
Dame?
beat Notre Dame, now you're talking.
Yeah, but you know, like
It's Clemson's fault.
they still would have gotten in. They still would have made sure Notre Dame got in.
You
They-
think?
they
There
would've
you go.
said- they
Now
would've-
we've said
they
here.
would've
Can I
canceled
just
the
say
last 3
something?
games.
Dealing with you two knuckleheads every day, right? I have a whole pocket full of hypotheticals when I'm done with the show. Just think of all the ifs, when, wish, that nothing. Okay, the fact of the matter is this: you had a chance. You had a chance. Your opportunity to get into that game was to beat Clemson.
that's our only chance to be undefeated.
That's again. I
have a
didn't make
chance
the
against Notre Dame.
schedule.
They
That's
bring in
just the way it played
They
out.
brought in this Fugazi team out of nowhere. They're just like, oh, guess what, Miami? They're also in the ACC.
Okay.
That's garbage.
They don't
Right.
get to play each other.
Right. Like everybody doesn't know. Like, why am I having this conversation? You know, every year this happens, right?
Oh,
I mean, the
Leroy,
ACC changed the schedule.
I'm
In
disappointed.
every conference, everybody doesn't always play everybody.
But they're not in the conference. They're tenants.
Right.
They're fake conference holders.
You know, your athletic director approved it also, right?
Ah, well, come on.
No. Like it
They,
like,
they all.
before the season started, like you had to make stuff work.
I'm sure. Look, but that's what disgusts me. Look, fine. Maybe
Oh, you would
did.
have rather not.
Yeah, I would have said, hey, Notre Dame, you don't have a conference? Good. Kick rocks. Go take on all the military teams. Go take on UMass. Go take on all those teams. Tough Nuggets. Tough Nuggets.
Okay.
And they let this fox into the hen house, and look what happened. All our eggs got eaten, Leroy.
All right. Hey, by the
that-
way, here, let's get this out there. You guys that are texting in can say, go talk about Michigan football or Harbaugh. I don't cut them a break either.
30-point underdogs on Saturday.
But how would you feel, Leroy?
And what did I say, Robbie? What did I say?
You said that wasn't enough.
Right.
Leroy, but how would you feel if the Big Ten said, oh, you don't have a home, Notre Dame? Come on in. And then you never played them, all right? And they got to play the championship game, even though you never got to play them. And you're like,
It
really?
happens-
Notre Dame? These bastards?
Wait, it used to happen in the Big Ten. We didn't have a conference game, and if you were tied, it went to head-to-head battle, and then it went to the team who was the farthest away from the Big Ten champion.
Yeah,
The farthest away, the team who hadn't been to the Rose Bowl the longest got to go.
But how ridiculous. But
That's it.
That's fine. That's a wacky place to give
That's
a
the
championship.
rule. Let me ask you a
But
question.
they didn't have Notre Dame.
Let me
but they
ask
didn't-
you a question. Did you know the rules before the season started?
Actually, quite frankly, I didn't know the rules. If I would have known the rules, I would have been.
The rules keep changing.
No.
You would have seen me at
I didn't
Sharp.
ask. Did you know the rules?
I didn't know the rules. If I would have,
I mean, I'm not asking you. Did you agree with the rules? You knew the rules.
I didn't
the
know the
top two
rules.
teams play in the championship.
Right? Yeah, but I didn't know there were going to be fugazi rules like, oh, but there's no divisions anymore, and then all of a sudden,
Yes,
they
you
were gonna,
did.
I didn't know
You
that.
knew that before
And
the
then
season started.
And then I didn't know that you could just cancel games willy nilly. You know, Virginia Tech
Wait.
was in that game with Clemson for like a quarter. What happens if Notre Dame they slip up? Something happens. What if somebody gets the Rona?
Every listen, Texter. Money is the motive, Tobin. Everybody knows that except Tobin.
But it's fine. I'm not ignorant to that. Muddy's the boat.
Okay,
But that's
then-
why but that's my disgust with it.
So you wanted the rules to be set so that Miami could play in the A.
But they've been changing the rules all the time, Leroy. They've been changing.
They didn't change the rules all the time.
I want the rules.
They've made games out of thin air.
If you want to make rules on the fly to benefit your own ACC members, fine. You're making up rules to benefit
What
Notre Dame
rules?
to get ratings? To get ratings?
What rules? You know,
Canceling a game.
Notre Dame is in the ACC and other sports.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
They're fake tenants. Oh,
No.
they come here. They're not in the ACC, dude. All right. They're independent. Everybody knows it's a football school. All right. Nobody counts their basketball team and what they're doing or their baseball team. They sit here on their high horse with Lou Holtz
Here.
and their Catholic T-shirts. Can I want to vomit over it, Leroy.
Can I make a statement here?
You may next segment because we're way over. We got to take
yeah.
a break. But then you may make the statement. I will clear out the deck like Deion Waiters. I will give you the offense, and you can take as many shots as you want. But we got to take a break. We're back after this. Why is J Fig laughing at us during the break?
Because she knows.
Why?
She knows. You guys are insufferable.
Whenever you guys
Whoa.
get Leroy's yelling, it's my favorite part of the day.
Really? Thanks.
I'm not,
Thanks.
Love you too,
Leroy.
though.
Thanks.
Leroy, it's not that I'm mad at your stance. I'm disappointed. You know, as a fellow Notre Dame
Really?
hater, I'm disappointed that
I'm not
disappointed
a
that you're
Canes
holding
hater.
the bag.
Wait.
No. I didn't say Canes hater. I didn't
Right.
say Canes hater. I
Right.
said as a fellow Notre Dame hater.
Oh yes.
I'm disappointed
Hey.
that you are not on my side on this.
But by the way, for people how you guys are with the Canes?
Yep.
Am I like that with Michigan?
As far as passion or delusion, I don't really understand where you're going there.
No, as far as calling it for what it is. Am I more inclined to say that my team sucks than you are?
But the Canes don't suck.
No, I'm not saying. Hold on, dude. The last 2 years they were 13-13.
Okay, but
Okay.
forget the last 2 years. They've been all.
Okay, I am. Okay, no. What I'm
Canes
saying.
season. This has been a good Canes
What I'm
season.
saying is this. What I'm saying is this. Okay, everybody says that it's Canes hate and it's Kane. No, it's not. It's not. I'm just calling it like it is. You knew what your schedule was before the season started. Don't look outside of your opportunities to blame it on somebody else. It was in front of you.
But here's the thing:
If the ACC wouldn't have canceled those last two games for Clemson Notre Dame, we wouldn't be saying anything. But the fact that they're already
You would be
altering the
saying,
schedule,
really? So you're saying, hold on. So
Yeah.
you're saying to me, right, that canceling those two games would have gave Miami more of a chance.
any given Saturday,
Oh
Leroy.
no, not in college football, dude.
Oh, Leroy,
Stop.
Leroy, you never know.
The only team that loses like that is the Canes.
No, what are you talking about? First of all,
Go.
there's no shots we could be taking at the Canes season this year. All right,
I'm not.
Their big crime is losing to Clemson. My big disappointment, though, my big disappointment. That's the word I'm looking for. Isn't that my big disappointment? Is really we set this all up for them, for Notre Dame. Like we're gonna just let them waltz in, Leroy. That's what I mean. You're gonna let them waltz in. We
But
don't
your
have-
school was responsible for that too.
for the decision makers, yes, for the athletic directors, but for the coaches and the players, I would feel sick to my stomach that they gave these jerks a chance to peruse this conference and then get to waltz right into the championship game.
Let's think of it this way, okay? That I don't care how many games you play, Miami would have not gone to the ACC championship game, okay? For one simple reason: common opponents. That's it. So if you can put whatever blame you want on the decision makers, you can put whatever blame you want on other schools. The fact of the matter is you had the opportunity in front of you, and you didn't win.
well, Leroy, the ACC
so-
changes the schedule all the time. The Miami wasn't supposed to play Duke on Saturday. They were supposed to play Wake Forest.
Okay,
They made it happen.
okay. Change the schedule to how you want.
Okay, I want to play Notre Dame.
Oh my goodness.
I wanna play Notre Dame.
All right, let's just move
I
on.
wanna
Make it a
play
fair
Notre Dame.
fight.
This is like, let's just move on.
You wouldn't be disappointed though. Like the thing that I keep
It
coming back to-
happens.
No, it doesn't. This doesn't
It happens in every conference.
It's a
where
pandemic.
teams don't play.
No, you don't. This doesn't happen every year where you invite in a charlatan school into your conference and then you treat them like gold.
Okay. So all right.
Leroy, BYU and Coastal Carolina
man.
played
All right,
on
I give.
two days.
I give because here's what really, and I'm telling you, I'm getting pissed.
Go ahead.
Okay, because you guys look at this as Miami hate. There has been nobody who's blasted their school more than me this weekend, right? As far as what I said about my own school, it's not about hate. You guys don't like reality.
No, first of
No,
all,
stop. I'm done.
Leroy, I'm not talking about a Miami thing. This isn't me calling you a Miami hater. This has nothing to do with this. What I find disgusting about this is conference greed. This is people trying to kiss Notre Dame's ass. So maybe you'll stay in the ACC and we can get a ratings bump and we can class up our school a little bit. That's what I don't like about it.
Can I say this? If you had beat Clemson, you wouldn't be having this conversation. So what I say is this: when you have all the control when you have the ability to control this, and you don't take advantage of it, that's on you. It is.
It wasn't settled on the field, Leroy.
Well, you don't always play everybody, but let's say this: are we having this conversation if you beat Clemson?
No.
Okay, that's it. So that means
you
had every opportunity.
But I'll tell you one thing.
Hold on. You had every opportunity as every other team in the ACC.
Okay, but what hurts the Canes in this argument is because where they've been over the last couple of years, they've been good this season. Let me tell you something right now. If the Canes did beat Clemson, all right, and Clemson was on the outside looking in, you bet your ass that loudmouth Dabo would be sitting there saying, "What are we doing here with Notre Dame
Why are you
getting the break?"
setting up 1,000 scenarios to make your 1 point?
Because they did that themselves. They made up this scenario willy-nilly by just putting Notre Dame in the ACC.
But did you know what the scenario was before you started playing your games?
I honestly did not, because I didn't know these cockamamie rules. If that was the case, I would have been in Charlotte with a megaphone protesting this.
Here, did you not know that there was not going to be divisions?
Hey.
Hold on.
Notre Dame's got to go.
Did you not know that the top two teams
Notre Dame's got to go. Notre Dame's got to go.
Come on, Leroy, join us. Join us on the protest.
You hate Notre Dame too? Hey. Notre Dame's got to go. Hey. Come on, Leroy.
This will be the end of me.
Why?
Because this is
I'm making my sign right now.
This is stupid.
I can't believe you're sticking up for Notre Dame.
I'm not sticking up for anybody. I'm just amazed at how you had a game to determine all of this, and instead of accepting the fact that you didn't win the game that could get you out of this mess, you're pointing at a whole nother team.
Yeah, but I can accept something and not like it.
Yeah, okay. But that's why you're not in the ACC championship.
But it's garbage. It's like they just made it up. Like, this isn't the ACC championship. What this is a bonus playoff game.
I'm not here. Just because you blast Michigan doesn't mean you get to blast the Canes too. How am I blasting the Canes? Please explain this. How am I blasting the Canes?
I said you weren't blasting the Canes. You're taking it that way, that you think people are blasting the Canes. And I think what you're taking my argument in a different place. I'm not saying that, I get what you're saying is that the Canes, they could have settled this by beating Clemson, which is, kind of like, the ultimate, like, well, you guys should have done. I'm not arguing that. What the point is the Canes are in the ACC. They're an actual ACC team. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish are here basically so the ACC can woo them. And that's gross to me.
But in the end, regardless of who's in your conference, you still got to play the games.
Yeah, but not really, because Notre Dame didn't have to play their last two games.
Notre Dame against who?
I don't know who was against Robbie.
Notre Dame would have been on the road at Wake Forest, and Wake Forest isn't
Demon Deacon. Deacon.
Now all of a sudden,
anybody can.
No, wait. Let me ask you a question.
Catholics versus the Demons.
If the University of Miami were playing Wake Forest, what would you say about that game?
It'd be a tough game.
I never.
A tough game.
I never take any game for granted, Leroy.
Wake Forest is not bad.
Okay.
They're 4-3.
All right.
That's not a bum
Notre
team.
Dame had a
Leroy.
slugfest.
All right.
Notre Dame had a slugfest with 2-6 Louisville. They won 12-7 at home. It could happen.
All right.
Wow.
Okay.
Leroy Horde, leprechaun.
Yeah. I got you.
Oh,
He's shipping
Horde.
up to Boston.
This is so stupid.
It's not
I'm
stupid.
just not. I'm not. Listen. I can't do it. I cannot.
Leroy,
do it.
you're always the one that says you would
No.
want your chance to sell it on the field. Like you always say
but
that.
here's the problem. Okay, you're making it sound like that Notre Dame was getting ready to play 2 top 10 teams, and they weren't.
But
so
You
what?
think
all I'm
you
saying
think
is
these
Leroy-
games were made, you think these games were made easier?
Take on the Canes.
Hold
then,
on.
if you're so
You
tough.
think these games were made easier to cancel because of who they were playing? You think they would have canceled the game if they
No,
were playing
I'll tell you-
Miami?
I'll tell you exactly what made it easier. The fact what made it easier is, can
See,
we benefit Notre
like,
Dame?
I don't want to have this conversation anymore because we keep setting up hypothetical situations. Oh,
But
no,
Leroy,
I'm going to
this-
tell you what made it easier. I'm going to try to make it easier because they wanted Notre Dame.
You
in
just
the,
made it a
No,
hypothetical. That's
stop.
not fair. You just made a hypothetical when you said, if it was against 2 top 10 teams. Look, if the Canes, here's what makes it disgusting.
So-
Is
so-
they're trying
so-
to benefit a team to try and impress them
That's
so they
what
stay.
you're doing.
Yes.
But here, in the end, whether they're trying to benefit them or not, they still had to win the same games you had.
Bro, you don't think
They still had to win the same games you had.
you don't think the ACC they smell that NBC money? They don't want a little piece.
Again, all that would have been fine. You would have a legitimate argument. They had to beat the same teams you beat, and you didn't play North Carolina.
Then play the Canes. What?
They're
Well,
playing
we got time.
they're playing
We got
North
time.
Carolina this Saturday. They're playing North Carolina on Saturday.
Who is?
The Canes. They're playing North Carolina this Saturday.
Okay.
Should we play Notre Dame?
All right.
Let's settle it on the field, like gentlemen.
I'll tell you what, if you're the ACC, why would in the world, in the one season that Notre Dame is in the ACC, why wouldn't you schedule Miami Notre Dame? That's an NBC ratings monster. Instead of Notre Dame and Syracuse, massive blowout on Saturday.
You know why? Because they scurred. They scurred. They know what happened last time.
Yeah, that's it. All right.
Leroy, this is the year where the schedules are changing on the fly. People are scheduling games on 2 days' notice and playing.
Yeah,
it could be done.
This is basically the wheel of fortune of games. Like you just spin the wheel and there's a new game.
Okay.